You don't think you will ever change and write books that incorporate white lives into them substantially?
I have done.
In a substantial
Paradise.
way?
You can't understand how powerfully racist that question is, can you? Because you could never ask a white author, when are you going to write about black people? Whether he did or not, or she did or not. Even the inquiry comes from a position of being in the center.
And being used to being in the center.
And being used to being in the center. And saying, you know, is it ever possible that you will enter the mainstream? It's inconceivable that where I already am is the mainstream.
I'm feeling this. I'm your professor, I will test you in the worst way. Don't bring a scantron, it's pop quizzes all day. Cause of our chemistry, we do biology. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail, you see the clip. The clip is very important. I'm going to use this in a Black America male-female relationship gender war-esque type video, just so you know, right? Because I wonder if the ladies are used, do the ladies understand that they're used to being in the center? Because we've talked about how the community was together until basically civil rights. The ladies joined the feminist movement, and now, even years and years and years later, we still have this tug of war between black men and black women. And it's just like that interview, because when it comes to black men, it's like, when are you going to incorporate women? When are you going to do this for women? When are you going to, make sure women are okay? When are you going to have something specifically for women? And on the flip side, it's like, oh, you're so used to being in the center, it doesn't dawn on you that we've already done that, but it doesn't matter to you because you want more, because you feel like everybody's supposed to do it for you. And nobody asks the question, well, what are you doing for us? When are we the center of your equation? And in a positive way, because ironically, we'll be the center of y'all equation as long as it's negative. As long as it's negative, as long as we're the villain, as long as we're Mr. from The Color Purple, as long as we're Lawrence Fishburne and What's Love Got to Do with It, playing Ike Turner, as long as we're somebody who is quote unquote problematic and toxic and just brings trauma to your life, that you can always have a sad story to blame a man, we're that. But when it comes to, hey, what when y'all are doing this, are you thinking about, are you going to incorporate men into this, and what men want and what men think and how men quote unquote feel? No, it's not going to happen. And if we ask you, to do that, then it'll be a argument for the most part of, you're a man. Why do I need to make you the center of anything? You have male privilege, and your privilege is to, make yourself the center of attention, but at the same time, when you do that, make me the center of attention. And you see it over and over and over and over and over again. And even when you watch things on social media, you see how it's still difficult for women to go, you know what? This isn't about me as a woman or us as women. We're making it about me, or we're making it about us. And because y'all so used to it. And can we fault you? Absolutely, you're grown now. Because you got to be, at some point, you got to be self-aware to go, oh, I'm doing it again. Oh, my selfishness is kicking in again. My thinking I'm the center of the universe is kicking in again. But we also take into consideration that in our community, our community made you the center by making the black boys who were going to grow the black men to be villains before they even reached adulthood. This is part of what I mean by, girl, you got to go to school and you got to get an education and start a career, get a job so you can make your own money so you don't need a man. So, and that was for their peers who, when they weren't adults, when they didn't have careers and jobs, they just, you know, you got to make sure you got it together because they ain't no good. And it's like, oh, okay, this is what we doing. So you were already, so part of that programming and parenting was making you the center. And even on the flip side of that, when you had the boys, you need to be successful in whatever way so you can take care of the family, aka mama. Mama is the center. So they don't get that they're not the center. They don't get how to make somebody else the center. They don't. So even when we have these conversations about, say, submission or cooperation, you still see it. From the old Kevin Samuels videos to the Kendra G videos, to all these women who have all of these issues, and guess what? They want a man to come into there and, wipe all the problems away and make them the center. No matter how bad, he needs to make it good. And at the same time, you got men who are being successful, who can become successful, pandering to women by lying to them because they can put them at the center. They know how to tell them a gorgeous, fantastical lie that puts them at the center of victimhood, of delusion, of how can I say this? Of unnecessary and unworthy praise. You get what I'm saying? Put them of the center at unaccountability and irresponsibility, and push off their actions onto a fictitious man if you can't find a real one to exist. So at all costs, you can pander to put them at the center and they're comfortable in that space. And what I'm saying ultimately is, you remember they had the article, "Black Men are the White Men of Black America." I mean, using this clip, you can make the argument that black women are the white people of Black America because they don't know a Black America without it revolving around them when they're right or wrong, when they're good or bad. So at the end of the day, you got to ask the question, how comfortable can they be outside of the center? Because I think that's uncharted territory for most. But I need you to tell me what you think about that. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna tell you that.